Welcome back to Living Local. The holidays are often a time for indulgence, but you can still pack in nutrition with produce-filled sides fit for the season. And joining us here in studio in this segment sponsored by Hyvee is Registered Dietitian Katie Schaeffer. Katie, thanks for coming as always.
Yes, thanks for having me.
So when we're filling our plates this holiday season, how much should we fill with fruits and vegetables?
So the general rule of thumb for produce is we want half the plate to be fruits and vegetables. Now around the holidays, that's not always the case, which is totally fine. If you ever go to a dietitian, they tell you not to enjoy the foods you love on the holidays, you maybe should find a different dietitian because they don't come around that often, and we do like to enjoy those things. But sometimes what happens is we indulge a little bit too much, then we don't feel very good, and then we don't enjoy the rest of our day. So what we encourage is having some sides, maybe some appetizers, things like that that are very produce heavy, because then you get all the benefits from that. You're still getting a little nutrition, and then you're also enjoying maybe the foods that you really look forward to on the holidays.
Yeah, so you answered a little bit as far as like how much produce that, you know, why we should be putting putting produce on our plates during the holidays, because we just need a nice, well-balanced
Fruits and
meal.
vegetables, basically, a big thing that they have in them is fiber, and fiber is lacking in a lot of our holiday go-tos because they are a little bit more in the added sugar, maybe more of the fat. Fiber helps to make us feel full. It helps to kind of lower that bad cholesterol if you have cholesterol issues, and it also helps to regulate your blood sugar, so it can kind of help with those sugar cravings, with blood sugar regulation if you are diabetic or pre-diabetic. And so having fruits and vegetables on there just kind of increases the amount of fiber that we get. It's not a lot of calories. It's kind of filling you up with some good stuff. So you still enjoy the things that you like, but maybe you don't go overboard and make yourself sick.
Right. We're not going for 2 pieces of pie.
Yes.
Just the one, maybe.
Exactly.
A small piece. Okay, so I didn't realize this, but Brussels sprouts are known as the most hated veggie.
And honestly, I think it's because of the way they smell. Even if you like Brussels sprouts, like I like Brussels sprouts, but they kind of stink. They don't smell super good. And so I've had a lot of people either their mom made them eat it when they were little, or they have not had good attempts at trying to cook it, things like that. So really, Brussels sprouts are very nutritious for us. They're very flavorful if you cook them right. And I always think they're best kind of mixed in with a bunch of other things.
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, and I think, and if they're cooked right.
Yes, that's important.
Yes, that's the key. And cooked right. Here, let's talk about some of the Brussels sprout dish that you brought today.
This one is kind of unique. So roasted Brussels sprouts have a really strong flavor. Steamed Brussels sprouts, I would say, is not as strong. Roasted takes a little bit more time, but tastes a lot better. It gives it a nice crispy texture. These were actually roasted with grapes. So not something you usually think about roasting, but it kind of brings out a subtle kind of flavor in them as well, makes them a little bit softer. And then we've got some prosciutto in there, so it's going to add a little bit of fat, a little bit of flavor. And then we have some sprinkled slivered almonds on top and a balsamic glaze. So you've got more flavors in there. I personally like Brussels sprouts when it's mixed into things like this, where it's got more flavors coming in. It's not just that strong Brussels sprout flavor.
Yes, this actually looks really delicious. I didn't realize they were great. Yes, and it's pretty.
Colorful.
Yes.
Which is nice. Sometimes our holiday meals are very beige.
Right.
Get some color in there.
So, you know, the new year is just around the corner. What can you how can you help people get a healthier start to the new year? Because that's when folks start looking ahead at their health and getting fit and starting to eat healthy. Unfortunately, it's not a year-round thing, but this is when people start thinking about that.
January definitely reminds us of that. So what I'd say to people today is enjoy your holiday. Have the foods that you like to eat. Enjoy the people that you're eating them with. But then afterwards, if you are feeling like maybe you overdid it a little bit, or you just kind of want to get back on a good schedule, things like that, we have 2 dietitians for Hyvee in the Quad Cities. Nina's on the Illinois side. I am on the Iowa side. You can find both of us on Hyvee.com/health. There is a dietitians tab under that, and it lists all of our programs, our services, the classes we offer for adults and kids. So that is always the best place to go. And they change every month. We have some offerings that last it's all the time, but some classes, things like that. So I just tell people to check back every month just to see kind of what different things we've got going on, because we would love to help you get a little bit more produce on your plate.
Right, and this wonderful dish of Brussels sprouts, believe it or not, it does look really delicious. Thank you, Katie, for coming in.
Thank you.
Again, this segment was sponsored by Hyvee. For more information, visit hive-v.com, and we'll also have those details posted on ourquadcities.com.